This G, chord moves and grooves, is going to stretch out your fingers quite a bit here. And again, I want to advocate, please don't play through these if they hurt. I'm going to talk about using the capo in a minute. All right, so let's just play this through or look at it in position. If it's too hard for you here, again, we're going to move it up the fretboard in a second. But we're starting out with a G chord, okay, but I'm playing the suspension here, but I'm also playing an E note here as well because it's going to be part of our move. Now that is a tough stretch, all right? It's hard enough playing the B note here, but we're going to be playing the suspension, which sounds really, really nice. I love that sound. So our move is within the chord now, not on top of the chord, all right? So it's within the scope of the notes. So here's the move. We've got our little finger playing the C note at the 5th fret, then we move that down to play a B, and then we're reversing the fingers. Remember on the C chord we did that reversed move thing? We're reversing the fingers, and then we take those fingers off. Now you probably might have this flyaway kind of thing happen, but you've got to remember you've got to keep these two fingers in position. So remember, this is your anchor of the shape. These are the moves within the shape. All right, so let's just break that down again for you a bit more. Here's our chord shape with the C in the middle. B, then you switch the fingers, and then the fingers come off. So you've got this nice in between the chords. All right, so now let's put all that together. Now this is a really nice thing. Again, I think on one of the other chords, I said to you, why don't you use that as a motif between your lyrical lines? So for example, if you got kind of a nice thing to put in between as a motif, as a guitar motif, or a hook if you like. You probably could even do this if you wanted to maybe just narrow it down to, right? Could you put that in between the thing as a guitar, another guitar part? Yeah, you could, right? So that could be a 12-string part. It could be just a nice little motif. All right, so there's some more ideas for you. It doesn't have to be part of the chord even, right? So you've got a nice little move there. Anyway, that is going to be super tricky here if you're not used to using your little finger moved up the fretboard. And again, if it hurts, don't do it, okay? I truly advocate that. So let's now take a look at the trusty capo. So let's say, for example, any of these chord moves that I've looked at in the course with you are tricky in open position. Maybe you're a new player. Maybe your scale of your guitar is bigger than a standard guitar. Whatever it is, make it easier on yourself. So let's say, for example, I like the chord move. It's tricky there. I've made the chord shape now smaller, haven't I? And it sounds super cool there too. Now another reason we could advocate using the capo on these things, let's say for example you love that move, but it's in the wrong key for your voice. Find the key by using the capo, all right? So maybe you want it in the key of A. If you want it in the key of A, you put your capo at the 2nd fret, and now your G chord moves and grooves is in the key of A, all right? Now, that could be super cool for you because you're actually working on a song that you'd love to use that in, but your song is, you started it in the key of A. There it is, all right? So, great option to use this not only for dexterity, but also for different keys for your voice. And again, right hand could keep these strings super open sounding, right? You could, or mute it down. And open it up for the accents. So there's a great chord moves and grooves in the key of G.